Hi, dear friends and subscribers of the Cricket Happening Show. So, host Ram here, but I'm a bit behind schedule. I'm sorry about that. But today, what I'm going to do is not a report, I would say, just a cricket update that I'm giving. Two matches. One was between, we were eagerly awaited just one of 2020 international before the IPL starts. India en route from the Asia Cup had a stopover in South Africa and they played a 2020 international. And this was in honor of Jack Scalise, one of those great batsmen who graces South African cricket. And it was a bit, I would say, it was a bit sad to see that the match ended in the Duckworth Lewis method and South Africa prevailed by 11 runs. But let me tell you, India was really matching South Africa there because even though South Africa put 219 for 4 on the board, with everyone was really looking to see what Richard Levy had because Richard Levy was facing India for the first time. And Richard Levy, as you know, he's just coming from a world record. He holds the world record for the fastest 2020 century now, as you know. And in fact, he was there today who he made 19 and he started off in very quick fire fashion. 19 was just smashed of 7 balls with 4 boundaries there. Jack Scalise played a good hand of 61 of 42 balls with 5 4s and 2 6s. Colin Ingram smashed the bowlers to all parts of the park, 78 of 50 balls with 8 4s and 3 6s. And let me tell you, the pitch was playing very easy. There were lots of runs to be had, short boundaries, very easy to score off. And Farhan Bahardin, when I had a look at Farhan Bahardin, who has been scoring very heavily in South African domestic cricket, and he also contributed 20 not out of 11 balls with 2 4s. And Justin Onton came in and thrashed 22 runs of just 7 deliveries, 2 4s and 2 6s in that knock. And Albie Morkel came in and chimed in with 16 of just 3 deliveries, 1 4 and 2 6s. And South Africa put up a very tall score on the board of 219 for 4 of the 20 overs. As far as the Indian bowling was concerned, one could really understand that because, as you know, when you come to South Africa, you need to adjust to the bounce and the weather too. Well, Indians really struggled, I would say, in this aspect. Praveen Kumar, 2 overs, cost him 22. Irfan Pathan, 4 overs, 1 for 44, was the best according to me among the lot, or probably Ravichandran Ashwin had 4 overs, 1 for 33. 3 overs 32 for Vinay Kumar. Pathan went 1 over for 9 runs. 4 overs of 49 for Suresh Raina. Absolutely taken heavy toll of. A lot of sixes were hit off Suresh Raina's bowling. Rohit Sharma 1 over no made none 14. Virat Kohli 1 over no made none for 15. As far as the Indian reply was concerned, that was going very well according to me because India had to almost have a run rate of 11 runs per over. And let me tell you, they were almost doing it because Gautam Gambhir, then rain stop play, India were 71 for no loss of 7.5 overs. They're going at a clip of 9.06, which was absolutely okay. And in fact, Gautam Gambhir was the one who was farming the strike, and he was getting lot of boundaries through the cut shots, and he was playing marvelously well. He was looking in good touch, and he was not out on 49 of 28 balls with 7 4s and 1 6. And Robin Uthappa, making his comeback to the Indian team, also looked good. But let me tell you, you couldn't match Gautam Gambhir's stroke force. He had only 1 boundary, and he was not out on 18, but it was an impressive 18 of 19 balls with 1 4. But Gautam Gambhir was the one who actually had India really go after this target, and they were doing pretty well with a big batting order still to come. You never know, but unfortunately the rain came and proved a spoiled sport and was decided by the Duckworth Lewis, and South Africa won by 11 runs. So India were 71 for no loss after 7.5 overs, going at a clip of 9.06. So Tsobi bowled excellently, 3 overs, none for 15. Albie Morkel's 1 over cost him 16, a 6 coming from the courtesy Gautam Gambhir. Yuvan Tharan 1 over cost him 13. Wayne Parnell 2 overs for 1.5 was no made, none for 14. Johan Botha bowled 1 over for 10 runs. So the 2020 off international is over. The man of the match went to Colin Ingram for his very hard hitting batting there. And let's now talk. Let me take you down to the other match now, which happened today between West Indies and Australia. And today was the today West Indies actually, I would say, crosswords with Australia, but they got their revenge for the first 2020 by actually winning this match by 14 runs. So the 2020 series was squared. The man of the match went to Dwayne Smith, and Dwayne Smith was the one when West Indies batted. West Indies started off in electrifying fashion as Dwayne Smith was very, very severe on James Pattinson. His 2 overs cost him 34 runs and he was never brought back. And what a partnership! It was an electrifying partnership from the West Indian openers, really set the trend. Dwayne Smith and John Charlton just went after the bowling. Dwayne Smith once he gave such cavalier treatment to James Pattinson, the fastest bowler. In fact, he was hit for 3 sixes in one single over. He put him onto the stands 3 times, and Dwayne Smith was hitting it with tremendous force. And one of the six that he hit was just playing through the line and just carting him over long on for his six. And let me tell you, Johnson Charles was not far behind. He was also matching Dwayne Smith stroke for stroke. And as I said, it was purely hard hitting batting. There was good timing, I would say. But Johnson Charles also contributed his own match, and one of the shots that he played of Brett Lee was really breathtaking. It was on the offside. He carved Brett Lee for a six. It was absolutely marvelous to see. And Johnson Charles was also looking good, and both of them were just not allowing any of the bowlers to settle. And they had put on 72 in double quick time, I would say. They had 72 in just 6.4 overs. And this was the partnership which actually, after this partnership, I would say there was only one person who actually went on to double figures, and that was sad. It was only Dwayne Bravo, 23 of 24 balls without any boundaries. Other than that, everyone. Kieron Pollard was out for 1. Darren Sammy was 5. Danza Hyatt went for 6. Samuels was out for 2. It was very sad because after 72 runs were put in 6.5 overs, it was not good to see West Indies just finish up with just 160 on the board of 19.4 overs. They were all out of in the 19.4 overs. Brett Lee was the pick of the bowlers, 3.4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 23. 2 overs for 34 for Pattinson. Really hit out of the attack by Johnson Charles and Dwayne Smith, the openers. Electrifying partnership, I would say. But probably West Indies would have really finished with a tall score, probably in excess of 200. But unfortunately, the other West Indian batsmen really couldn't come to the party. And then Clint McKay 4 overs, 2 for 24. Xavier Doherty 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 32. Shane Watson 2 for 26 of his 4, and Christian Bolt 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 20. And as far as Australia were concerned, well, Australia, even though 160 was made by West Indies, which was not enough according to me, but Australia in fact succumbed to the West Indies wiles, and West Indies actually restricted them to 146 for 9. As far as Australia were concerned, again, the opener David Warner, they didn't have a good start. Shane Watson was an early victim of Fiddle Edwards for a blob. David Warner was the one who held the innings together and went for the strokes. He made 58 of 43 deliveries, 5 fours and 3 sixes. He was the highest scorer. But other than that, Bailey's contribution was 24 of 18 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. Michael Hussey 14 of 10 with 1 6, and David Hussey was there in the end too with they had around 27 runs more to get in the last 2 overs. And finally, Dwayne Bravo was left with the task of stopping 19 runs of Australia. But what Dwayne Bravo did was he picked up 2 wickets in the 20th over when 19 runs were required of the 20th over to actually curtail the Australian innings at 146 for 9. David Hussey contributing 19 of 15 balls, 1 4 1 6, and Matthew Wade made 17. The 2 wickets that Dwayne Bravo took in the 20th over of David Hussey and Clint McKay, and that really put the curtains on the Australian innings at 146 for 9. They finished with 20 overs. Daniel Christian made 3. Matthew Wade's contribution was 17 runs, and it was the tailenders who were at the middle there, James Pattinson, Xavier Doherty. They couldn't finish it off, and West Indies were the victors and also squared the 2020 series in a very fine manner. And I would say thanks to that electrifying partnership that Johnson Charles and Dwayne Smith had. Just talking about the bowling figures here, Fiddle Edwards 4 overs, 3 for 23. Sunil Narine today was a bit costly, 4 overs going for 33, but it was good to see Fiddle Edwards bowled with a lot of fire and brimstone, and 3 for 23 to his name. Gary Method 2 overs, none for 23. Darren Sammy 1 over, no maiden, none for 11. Dwayne Bravo bowled 4 overs, 2 for 27, was good. Marlon Samuels bowled 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 23, was among the wicket takers. He actually kept the runs down too, which added to the frustration of the Australian batting order. Kieron Pollard was 1 over, none for 6. So Australia and West Indies squaring the 2020 series at Kensington Oval, Bridgetown in Barbados, with the man of the match going to Dwayne Smith for his electrifying knock of 63 of just 34 deliveries, 6 fours and 4 marvelous sixes hit there with brute force, and 37 coming from Johnson Charles of just 21 deliveries, 6 fours and 1 6 really set the trend for West Indies to actually win this match. Now, just talking about it, I wouldn't have much time as it is late at night here, so I wouldn't really be able to dwell more. As I said, this is, don't consider this as a cricket report, but as I've not done any show today, I just came on and just I just came back from my office, and I wanted to just bring up a quick update for you guys. Thank you very much for your company, and thank you for watching Cricket Happenings and listening to this cricket show of mine, and all many thanks to all those cricket friends and subscribers who have been totally supporting this show, and more encouragement coming in. Thank you very much for all the support. Your host Ram would like to sign off right now, saying good night. Thank you.